Hello and welcome to BitBoy Crypto. I am your host, BitBoy. Today we're going to get right to it because it has been a very long day for me. As you can see, I've been painting all day. I'm really ready to go to bed. I'm super tired, but here I am. My commitment to you guys is to make a video every single day. So despite the mess that is around me with this paint job that I am currently doing inside of my house, I'm getting ready to sell it, I am here to make videos for the Bit Squad. So let's go to the markets right now. Bitcoin is at 63.84. The market cap is at 206 billion. Bitcoin dominance is at 52.8%. So it really seems like what I said a couple days ago has come true, which is we're going to be stuck between 6 and 6,500, I believe, for a little bit longer, and we have been really for several days now. So my suggestion, of course, not financial advice, is if you get in around the $6,000 level and let's say Bitcoin goes up to around 6,500, my personal opinion would be go ahead, take some profits, wait for it to drop back down, because we've now seen the cycle several times over the last week, and I think we will continue to see it a little bit more. So as far as the rest of the projects go, let's look at the biggest winners of the day. We have had some major altcoin pumps today. Ontology, VeChain, Populous, Nebulous, Nano, all 30% gains or higher. So the question is, why are these altcoins pumping? Now, not all of them are pumping, but they've all had pretty good days. And it seems like maybe we're coming out a little bit of the doldrums when it comes to the altcoin specifically, but Bitcoin isn't really moving that much. It's fluctuating. So let's look at the biggest losers of the day. Not a lot of red on the markets. KuCoin, the only one, is down 10%. We just continue to see a lot of bad stuff coming from KuCoin. Other than that, we got Zcoin at almost 5%, and then nothing else is more than a 3% loser. So over to the news. We have NASDAQ and Gemini deep in relationship. NASDAQ moves closer to listing coins. So based on two sources close to Gemini and the Winklevoss twins, aka the Twinklevosses, Crypto Empire, we believe that Gemini and NASDAQ are moving closer and closer to a joint venture that allows both the NASDAQ and Gemini to list tokens and provide liquidity on a global scale. According to both sources, there is a plan being constructed that would see the NASDAQ ultimately list top market cap coins for global trading. Absolutely huge. Another big bullish story regarding institutional money. We talked about the other day, do we need an ETF? No, I've said many times, we do not need an ETF. It would be helpful, but we need a catalyst, and we keep getting closer and closer to that catalyst that is going to turn around the markets. This could be it. The ETF could be it. Facebook buying Coinbase could be it. There's all kinds of things that could turn this market around, and I feel like we're really in need of that catalyst. So maybe this will be it, but at least maybe something will come soon. Then we have this quote today from the Pantera Capital CEO. If Bitcoin is rat poison, the banks are the rats. And I think that was put so eloquently. I believe it was the guy from Berkshire Hathaway. I can't think of his name right now. Warren Buffett. I believe he said this, that Bitcoin was like rat poison, or either his partner with his company. And I think that this is just ridiculous that people would say this, but I really love the way the Pantera CEO spun this to be like, okay, if you want to call Bitcoin rat poison, that's fine. The banks are the rats. And that brings up the question, 20 years from now, will banks exist? Because if cryptocurrency takes over the way that we believe that it will, then why the need for the intermediary, which is what banks are? If we can now pass value back and forth between each other without a third party, then why would banks even exist? The only bank that I could think of that we would possibly need would be that giant bank that Scrooge McDuck keeps all his coins in and he swims in. That would be the only bank I can think of that we need, because honestly, it's time for a change in the world. It's time for the people to take control back from these banks and these high income organizations that have been sticking it to us for a long time. And I love this idea that Bitcoin is the rat poison that can take out the bankers who are rats. I mean, who likes a banker? Let's be honest about it. You might think the teller at your bank is cute when you go cash your check. You might be like, oh yeah, you know, she's pretty nice. But the actual banker, the guy that sits back there in the office, who likes those guys? I don't, you know, so I'm sure that you guys don't either. So I think this would be a welcome change that people would like. Okay, so we have this story about Korea's largest cities want to become crypto capitals, and the market in Korea is optimistic, and this is absolutely huge news. Part of what brought the bull run down was all the FUD coming from Asia, specifically from Korea. They were banning cryptocurrency, unbanning it, banning it again. It's like every day we would wake up, there'd be some kind of crazy news story regarding FUD in South Korea. So now we're seeing these cities there that really want to be more involved in cryptocurrency. And basically the blueprint for this is Zug, Z-U-G, Switzerland. It's kind of a blockchain city. There are so many projects that have taken place there. 2,500 blockchains and blockchain projects and 1,100 blockchain related jobs just in the last 2 years in Zug, Switzerland. And so you have these cities in South Korea that are starting to wake up and saying, you know what, let's get a piece of that. So bullish news coming from South Korea. Then we have Vitalik Buterin, who actually went on a 71 tweet storm today, talking about Casper, giving the history of it, explaining why we need it. As you can imagine, 71 tweets. He had 140 characters he could have used for each tweet. That's like so many characters, you know, that he spent explaining this project. And I wonder if part of this is not desperation by Vitalik. I do not believe he's desperate to get ETH back in the news, but I do believe that the timing of this, of feeling the need to explain this to the public, was probably timed specifically in order to reverse a lot of the FUD that has been around Ethereum and to kind of build confidence back in the community that we are moving forward with Ethereum and that Casper and sharding are coming. That would be all, including proof of stake instead of proof of work, coming to Ethereum. So I think that this was, like I said, timed in order to fight all the FUD. So you can go read it if you want on Twitter. Like I said, it's 71 tweets. I don't know. Maybe you could read War and Peace in that time. Do people still read that book? I don't know. But let's move on to another story that's very interesting, which is that at&t is being sued for $224 million over cryptocurrency theft. Now, this theft was from Michael Turpin. He's the founder and CEO of the Transform Group. He's launched a number of ICOs, including Ethereum, Golem, Gnosis. I thought it said one other, but I guess just those three. And he had $24 million worth of crypto stolen. And what he said, this is so crazy, is basically what people are doing is they're targeting people they know have cryptocurrency, and they are actually going either to at&t or calling over the phone and basically using a lot of public information to get the phone companies to switch the phone number on the SIM card. And so then what they're able to do is they're able to get a copy of the SIM card and put it in their phone, and then all of a sudden they have access to another customer's phone. It's really crazy. I don't even understand how that could be happening right now because I didn't even know SIM cards were still a thing. I remember back when, you know, I had another business, or I still have it, but basically I had like 50 different phones. They were all burner phones I had to use to verify numbers and different stuff. And I just remember like popping those SIMs in and out, but they were little like phones that seemed like they were probably from the early 2000s, you know? And I can't believe with smartphones that people are still using SIM cards. I didn't know that was a thing. But whatever the situation is, $24 million of crypto was stolen, and he's also suing for $200 million on top of that for negligence. And this looks like this case is actually going to go to trial. So at&t will actually have to defend their practices regarding these SIM card number switches. And this could be a landmark case in crypto to make other companies understand that they are responsibility for their they have a responsibility for their practices that will allow people to get inside of someone else's phone, because we know our phones are very valuable. Not just they cost almost $1,000 each now, or the iPhone X does cost, I believe, $1,000, but also all of the things that are on there. It's almost like you're carrying your whole laptop, desk, calendar, everything in one piece of equipment. So, of course, we need to make sure that these companies are protecting them. But I believe that the safest way you can store your crypto is on a hardware wallet. My suggestion is the official wallet of the BitBoy crypto channel, the Cool Wallet S. I have the link down below if you would like to purchase it. I've had such a great experience with that wallet. It's very slim. It's like a credit card. And yes, I am shilling it to you through a referral link. But at the same time, I want you to hear me. I believe this is the best wallet out there. I really, really like it. It comes with an app, which makes it makes it double hard or double difficult for someone to get into. And anyways, the long and the short of it is, it's very secure. It's very sleek. I really like it. And if you don't have a hardware wallet, I suggest looking into it. Now, they were supposed to release something, I think, this month where you can add ERC20s. But right now, the selection of what you can put on it is pretty low. Basically, Bitcoin, Ripple, Litecoin, I believe Bitcoin Cash, some other things. So if you have some of the big ones, then you can put it on there. Ethereum as well. But if you have some smaller tokens, then you're going to want to find something else. But everybody, thanks so much for watching. I know I've gone full-time crypto, and now it's like so crazy because I've got to paint my house. I got way too much going on right now. But we're going to get back to 2 videos a day starting next week. We might have another 2-video day this week, but I'm just really slammed trying to get everything ready to sell the house. But just know, Bit Squad, I am committed to you guys, and no matter what, I'm going to be giving you guys your daily video. So thank you so much to everybody that was on our live stream last night. Like, it was so lit. It was so cool. Everybody was on there. We were talking. We're also going to be doing an AMA soon where I'm going to ask all of the members of the Bit Squad, or some, to submit questions ahead of time, and that's what we'll discuss on the live stream. Instead of, the way we do the live streams, usually we just talk about whatever people are talking about in the chat. But I think doing an AMA where people can ask specific questions I can answer would be really cool. So thanks again. If you're not a member of the Bit Squad, hit the subscribe button. Thanks, guys, for watching. Until next time, BitBoy out.